The balance is $87,000. You check it most mornings, not obsessively, the way you might check the weather, a glance that confirms the world is still in the condition you left it. The number is there. The number is stable. The number has been growing, slowly, in the reliable way of something that cannot go down. And the reliability of that is worth something specific to you. Something that people who talk about markets and portfolios and volatility do not seem to fully account for when they tell you. At dinner parties and in articles and through the general ambient pressure of financial content, that you should be doing something else with it. You are 41. You make $91,000. You have $87,000 in a high-yield savings account earning 4.6%, which is a good rate, genuinely, and which you found after 2 hours of research and feel justified pride in having secured. You have $31,000 in a 401k your employer partially funded through matching contributions you accepted, but never supplemented beyond the minimum. You have no brokerage account, no index funds, no individual stocks, no exposure to anything whose value can decrease on a Tuesday without warning. This is not ignorance. You understand, in the general way of someone who has read enough, that markets go up over time. You know the S&P 500's historical average. You have seen the compounding charts. You have heard the argument 100 times and found it, each time, persuasive in the abstract and impossible in the specific, because the specific is your money, earned through years of your particular labor, and the idea of watching it drop 20% in a quarter while a chart tells you to hold on requires a tolerance for loss that you do not have, and have stopped pretending you are about to develop. The savings account does not drop 20%. The savings account has never done anything alarming. This is the feature. This is the thing you are paying for. The price of the feature is what you are here to understand. What safe costs? Your $87,000 at 4.6% earns $4,002 this year. That number is real and has a tax implication, because savings interest is ordinary income, which you will pay at your marginal rate, leaving you approximately $2,920 after taxes. Your effective return on $87,000 is 3.35%. Inflation this year runs at 3.1%. Your real return, the return after the purchasing power of money is accounted for, is 0.25%, 1/4%. Your $87,000 is, in real terms, almost exactly as powerful as it was a year ago. It did not grow, it held. Holding, at this rate, in this environment, is the outcome you are paying the cost of safety to achieve. The S&P 500 returned 11.2% last year. After your marginal tax rate on long-term capital gains, approximately 15%, the after-tax return was 9.5%. The real return, after 3.1% inflation, was 6.4%. The difference between 0.25% and 6.4% on $87,000 is $5,349 this year. Last year. This specific year. The year before that was different. Some years the market returns less. Some years it returns more. The average real return across 30 years is in the range of 5.5% to 7%, depending on the window. The average real return on cash across the same windows is between negative and barely positive. You are not choosing between safety and risk. You are choosing between visible risk and invisible risk. The savings account feels safe because the number does not change in ways you can see. The number is changing in ways you cannot see. Slowly, through the quiet erosion of purchasing power, through the compounding gap between what the money is doing and what it could be doing. The invisible risk is not smaller than the visible risk. Over long periods, it is larger. It simply does not show up on a Tuesday morning when you check the balance. Year 6. The gap made visible. You are 41. If you had invested $60,000 of the $87,000 in a total market index fund at 35, leaving $27,000 in savings as a genuine emergency fund, and the market had returned its historical average of 7% annually, the $60,000 would be $89,800 today. Your actual balance in the brokerage account is zero. The gap is $89,800, which is not a single year's error. It is 6 years of choosing the number that doesn't change over the number that compounds. You still have the $87,000. The safety worked in the sense that the money is there. The safety failed in the sense that the money is the same money, slightly more nominally, significantly less in real terms, than it was 6 years ago when you decided that the market was too uncertain to enter. The market was uncertain 6 years ago. It is uncertain now. It will be uncertain in 6 more years. Uncertainty is the permanent condition of markets, not a temporary weather pattern you are waiting out. The people who built wealth through markets did not find the calm window. They entered during uncertainty and held through it, and came out the other side with accounts that had grown through the volatility rather than avoided it. What the volatility actually feels like. In year 2 of a hypothetical investment, the market drops 18% in 3 months. Your $60,000 becomes $49,200 on paper. The feeling this produces is not abstract. It is physical, a tightening, a recalculation. The thought, I knew this would happen. This is exactly what I was afraid of. This is the moment the savings account wins the argument in your nervous system. The $49,200 is not $60,000. The $27,000 in the savings account is exactly $27,000 plus the interest. The comparison is immediate and visceral and wrong in the way that matters most. It compares the investment at its worst point to the savings account at its stable point, which is not a fair comparison but is the only comparison available in that moment. What happens after? The market recovers. By month 14, the $49,200 is $63,400. By year 4, it is $78,000. By year 6, it is $89,800. The person who held through the 18% drop ended up where the math said they would. The person who sold at $49,200 locked in the loss and confirmed the fear and did not participate in the recovery. The savings account did not drop. The savings account also did not recover to $89,800. The savings account across the same 6 years is $74,200 before taxes. The price of not experiencing the drop was not experiencing the recovery. The drop and the recovery are not separable. They are the same investment. What changes at 41? Not a sudden risk tolerance, not a personality transplant. A different question. The question you have been asking is, can I afford to lose this money? The question you have not been asking is, can I afford not to grow it? At 41, with 24 years before conventional retirement, the answer to the second question is increasingly clear. At your current trajectory, the savings account grows to $180,000 by 65 inches. Nominal terms, less in real terms. The 401k, at minimum contribution, reaches $190,000, total $370,000. The 4% withdrawal rule produces $14,800 annually. Social Security adds income. The combined picture is a retirement that requires significant compression from your current lifestyle. The alternative, $60,000 moved into a total market index fund today, contributed to consistently, left alone through the downturns that will come, grows to $340,000 by 65 at 7% average return. The 401k, increased to the annual maximum, grows to $480,000, total $820,000. The withdrawal income is $32,800 annually before Social Security. The gap between $370,000 and $820,000 is the price of the Tuesday morning comfort of a number that doesn't move. You open the brokerage account on a Wednesday, not with all of it. With $40,000, leaving $47,000 in savings, which is a genuine emergency fund, fully adequate, earning its 4.6% in the role it was designed for. The $40,000 goes into a total market fund with an expense ratio of 0.03%. You do not check it for 30 days. It drops in week 2. You know this because you checked in week 2, which you said you wouldn't, and the drop is 3.1%, $1,240 on paper. And the feeling is exactly what you expected and slightly smaller than you feared. You do not sell. You close the app. You go to work. The money is doing something now, something you cannot see on any given Tuesday, something that will take years to become a number you recognize as different from the one you started with. The process is slow. The process has already started. The process does not require you to feel safe. It requires only that you stay. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one.